How's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
How's looking at bikes going?
Good. It's
Yeah.
exciting.
As you go through this process, one of the things you got to think about is insurance.
Absolutely.
So, what do you know about it, and what questions do you have for me?
I mean, not much, honestly. All
Yeah.
I know is you can kind of go through your current insurance provider and hopefully they have a good policy, but that's about as much as I know.
Right. I mean, one of the things we can talk about is with insurance, assume this, is that the majority of people out driving cars in Colorado right now are underinsured or have no insurance.
Oh, gosh.
It's about 2/3.
Yeah.
Right? It's terrible.
Yeah.
So as you ride a motorcycle, which is, it's great, but it is more exposed.
Sure.
Right? So you have to think about protecting yourself in a different way than you would in a car.
Okay.
Right? In a car,
Absolutely.
you've got the airbags, you've got all this extra protection. They're just getting safer every year.
Yeah.
It's great. And in a motorcycle, one of the thrills is that you're riding in open air, and it's just part of the deal.
Sure.
Right? So the way you can protect yourself because you already got an awesome helmet,
Yeah.
gloves, jacket, stuff like that, right? Is you get good insurance.
Okay.
And the different levels of insurance are crucial. So
Okay.
when they first sell you a policy, or what they would sell you as the minimum full coverage, do you know what that is?
I don't.
Yeah, so full coverage is, in Colorado, minimum of $25,000 for liability.
Okay.
Basic, collision, and comprehensive, and that's it. So like if you put some extra stuff on the side of the bike, or you got some saddlebags and you got some stuff off the back,
Sure.
that doesn't cover any of that.
Okay.
The other thing to think about is, like your leathers, like your helmet, like your gloves, your insurance is there to protect you if something happens, whether it's your fault or not.
Okay.
So the first level is the liability insurance.
Okay.
And there's levels that go from the minimum 25 up to 250. I recommend for motorcycle riders 250.
Okay.
Because someday you might have a friend on the back of your bike. And, you hit a little gravel patch, you go down, that covers your friend.
Sure. Yeah.
Right?
That's important.
Or God forbid, you hit somebody.
Yeah.
Which is rare, but if you did, it covers you.
Sure.
And, if you own a home, things like that, that just protects your assets. Right? It
Makes
just
sense.
And then the other side, I think, is the most important thing for motorcycle riders. And, I'll talk about this till I'm blue in the face, is underinsured motorist coverage.
Okay.
And I also recommend a minimum of $250 for that.
Okay.
And most sales agents don't understand what underinsured motorist really does. They'll ask you, like, do you have health insurance? And if you're like, yeah, they're like, oh, you don't need underinsured motorist coverage.
Oh, gosh.
And that's a mistake, because what it covers is lost wages, pain and suffering, future medical bills, future care and treatment, up to your policy limits. And that's why I think all riders should have a minimum of $250.
Okay.
And depending on who you have, you might be able to get more.
Okay.
And you want to have comprehensive on it, so that if like a tree comes down and hits it, or gets stolen, or things like that, same with comprehensive and collision, you just want that on there, even if you own the bike outright. So
Okay.
even if you have a no loan and you've paid it all off and you're enjoying it, don't get rid of it.
Yeah.
Because when you do, and something happens, nobody has that like spare $3,000 laying around,
Right.
right? They just don't. And then the other part that's important is medical payment coverage. Do you know what that is?
Not particularly.
Yeah, so it's something they also don't necessarily want to sell.
Interesting.
But it was originally set up, and I helped pass this law years ago, it was set up to help pay first responders in ERs.
Oh, okay.
In particular, ambulances, right? So medical payment coverage covers that first $5,000 of bills, regardless of whose fault it is.
Okay.
And so you have to actually turn it down. And if you don't, when you sign up for insurance, you get it. So a lot of people turn it down. They're like, oh, I have health insurance. But most people's health insurance is like $5,000 deductible.
Right.
Right? So if you burn yourself on a pipe or something else like that, it just covers you because it happened on your
Yeah.
bike. And it goes from, depending on who your insurance carrier is, it can be from $5,000 up to $100,000, which I've seen.
Okay.
And it's really up to you. It comes down to, I think everybody should have at least the $5,000 because that covers your deductible at least, or it covers the initial ER or urgent care facility.
Sure.
Really quick. Or 25 is a good number, but some don't sell it.
Yeah.
But all have to sell the minimum of 5.
Okay.
And I think it's totally worth doing.
Okay. So when looking
yeah.
at policies and stuff, do you have a rough idea of, like, with all of those coverages, what I should be expecting to pay?
I think it depends on so the short answer is, since I don't sell it, I don't really know.
Sure.
But in general, the cost of entry for the minimum and then going up to what I recommend is not that much higher.
Okay.
And that's why they all sell the minimum, because that's how the independent insurance agents make their money on the minimum sale.
Okay.
And they don't really make much more as you go higher. And they don't really want to sell higher because then people are like, oh, I don't really want to spend that much, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I just gave away a big secret of the industry, but that's how it works. And so as a result, they're not always trying to sell you the right kind of insurance.
Yeah.
The bad ones are like, I got my $50 commission, I'm out. Question for you, do you know anything about umbrella policies?
I mean, I can kind of assume what it means just by the name, but
Do you own a home?
I do.
Awesome. So for all my riders that own homes, the last piece that I recommend for everybody is for your homeowner's policy, get an umbrella policy on top of it.
Okay.
Okay? And then specifically ask, and you're going to pay extra, for an underinsured motorist policy with the umbrella.
Okay.
So your underlying policy covers $250.
Okay.
Is what they require you to get. And then your umbrella sits on top of your house, and then it would also cover your car for underinsured motorist coverage as well, and your motorcycle.
Okay.
And what you do is that can be up to, well, a minimum of $1 million and up to $5 million.
Okay.
So for example, you want to get hit by me because I've got like $5 million worth of coverage in umbrella, plus I have a $5 million umbrella for underinsured motorists.
Okay.
And the reason is, just like you, if I like hit my head, I'm done.
Sure.
Right? If
Yeah.
I have a brain injury,
Yeah.
or if you get some sort of leg or arm injuries for what you do, it's the same thing. So at least it's there as an extra layer.
Okay.
And for almost every motorcycle case I've done, with few exceptions, it could have used it. Especially in my catastrophic ones. It's just there to take care of you and/or someday your loved ones.
Sure.
Or it relieves your family from having to help take care of you if
Okay.
you have that policy.
Yeah.
And so it's just another way to look at the helmet, leathers, just like that. And so that extra umbrella is so crucial. Oh my God, it could have been used in so many of my cases.
That's good to know.
That I wish they had. And it's not that much more on top of your homeowners.
Okay.
And obviously everything we're talking about is all your level of comfort of paying.
Sure.
I just want everybody to get as much coverage as they can afford.
Yeah.
And,
it's a lot to think about, but
Yeah.
it's coming together and I'm excited.
Yeah, it's coming together and you got to take your time till
Yeah.
you're ready.
Oh yeah. I don't want to rush it.
Cool. All right.
Cool.
Thanks, Deborah.
Well, I appreciate it. Thanks, Scott.
Yeah.